My name is Fred Apple, and what's creative and I'd say really unique about the Mindray assay is that when we look to the future with the advances in diagnostic technology, one thing Mindray has initiated, which is very novel, is their development of assays for what I'll call complexes of troponin and fragments. So they already have approved, regulatory approved high sensitivity I and high sensitivity T assays. But their futuristic and current research development is into the cardiac troponin ITC complex, its fragmentation of that complex, and different forms that we typically do not measure in clinical practice. And the conceptual here is how we can use this new, very novel technology and measurements to think about things we weren't able to do in the future, or to do in the past, which is, can we discern chronic and acute injury from each other? Can we discern type 1 MI from a type 2 MI? There are different ways and mechanisms that these infarctions can occur. And that might also be able to, could the fragments or the complexes even potentially lead to earlier decision making? So I think there's a lot of innovation that will be looked at with the data we get out of our MERIT-I study, which I think there's other sites that are also starting to study these fragments. And the more data we gather from different populations from around the world will strengthen the data from single sites. Now, one thing that we also plan to do with this data is everyone's talking about artificial intelligence. And there's a couple groups I work with that do machine learning, which simplistically is, instead of just using cardiac troponin biomarkers, we add in sex, gender, timing of the troponin, and other biomarkers. We could use renal function, we could use diabetes. It could be, it's programmed. You program the data, then you test it. And what that does, it gives a probability of what is the risk of having an event now and what's the risk of having an event later. So at the end of the day, it's not just based on just a troponin or fragment or complex measurement, it's adding in other clinical feature which makes it personalized medicine. So we're going to explore all that also. So instead of being a general cutoff at our sex-specific 99th percentiles, everyone that comes into the emergency room, the future might be, we're going to generate a probability number that says, here's your probability of having an event. Here's your probability of not having an event to be able to be sent home. So that's where the future, and Mindray will have a big part of that because we'll be able to measure things so low, and it'll add, and we don't know what the fragments and the complexes will show. So I'm excited for all those reasons. So I'd say my three key words or three key phrases for future is improved patient care, improved laboratory testing for diagnostics, and better triage in emergency departments. So if I look at Mindray and where they have come in the cardiac biomarker arena, I really knew very little about Mindray 10 years ago. So I was on the board at High Tests. At the time, High Tests was purchased by Mindray. Brilliant. I will just say it was a brilliant decision in the sense that now Mindray, at least in the cardiac biomarker arena and other arenas also, now can make antibodies to develop, for Mindray to develop tests. So it puts them in a step above a leader in the field because they don't have to go outside and source these things, which can be difficult. They have a subsidiary in their own company to be utilized. And I think that is very exciting and will be incredibly useful for research and development. And you know what you're getting is quality. And that then puts a quality mark on Mindray's tests.